Hi, welcome to our little sugar paint tutorial today to show how to actually use the basics of understanding sugar paint. So when you get your sugar paint powder, it will come like this, and in here is 4 teaspoons of super concentrated sugar paint powder. So one of the best things to do when you get it is to put into a little container, a little jar, little bowl, little plastic jar, and always make sure it's sealed. But this is a great way to store your powders because you only take it out when you need it. So let's get started in the tutorial and I'll show you how to use sugar paint. The things you're going to need for your tutorial is some hot water. You're going to need some teaspoons, some mixing bowls, and some white water-based paint. Now, the white water-based paint is entirely up to you which one that you use. One of the great ways of using sugar paint, it gives you the flexibility to choose what finish that you would like. And this is one of my frustrations that I encountered myself, is that when I wanted to create things, I wanted different finishes rather than just a matte finish. I wanted a hardy finish, so sugar paint gives you the versatility to choose what kind of finish that you would like. So if you want the shabby chic, then you can have paint and prime matte finish. If you wanted a enamel for furniture, so if you have children and it's hardier, then you would use enamel or satin or semi-gloss. So it puts you in complete control of how you want to create. So you're in complete control, and even if you want organic, if you want to use a paint that has it's natural. So it's entirely up to you how you use it. It is important that you get good quality paint. I find that really is good, and the paint and prime in 2 or 3 in 1 is really good to use also. The whiter the base paint, the clearer the colour of sugar paint powder, because if you get a white base that has a tint in, it still look beautiful, but if the brighter the white, the better. So let's get started in the tutorial. So I'm going to just take some sugar paint powder. Now this is one of my new colours, Sapphire Skies. I've created it. It's a beautiful, vibrant shade of blue. It's like a blue and a turquoise mixed together. And I created this colour because I surround myself in nature here in Queensland, Australia. And I surround myself in nature every day. And nature's played a big part in everything that I've created. So I encapsulated everything that I see around me and what I feel, and I'm totally passionate about that. So Sapphire Skies colour was created on what I see in my journeys in the morning on my bike. So here we go. So I'm just putting 1 teaspoon into the bowl. Then I'm going to take a teaspoon and a half, because I put a little bit more in. So it's the ratio is 1 to 1 and 1 to 1.5. Just make sure that the powder is dissolved. So this is a very important part here, mixing. So we have to make sure that the powder is completely mixed, and hot water helps dissolve it a little bit quicker. So don't put cold in, because we don't want that, we just want the hot water. So the beauty about sugar paint, doing it this way, will give you the flexibility to choose your shade and the amount that you want to choose. So if you only want to use a small project and you want a pale shade, less is truly more. You only need a tiny little bit, because they are super concentrated, so that you can take it from a darker shade to a light shade. So you're in complete control of how you want your shade to be. And as we know, when contrasting, the nice thing about it is that you can take it from dark, medium and light. So when you apply it to furniture, you can get all different shading gradients that will allow you in one colour to be able to achieve that, which is what I love. And I found that really frustrating for me, that I could choose to do it this way. So powder's now ready. A little bit more. Here we go. So let's get some. I like using these little containers because when I do smaller projects, I just tend to find it's really fun and easy because I don't have to, I just put 4 or 5 different pots, fill them up with the paint, and then when I'm ready to use whichever colours or size projects I want to do, I just use these. So if you want to write down your recipe when you're doing your projects for larger projects, you can always do that. So write down how many powders you've used and how much paint you've used. But I'm just showing you like this today just to show you how you contrast. So I'm just going to put in just a couple of teaspoons just so you can actually see how it varies from dark to light. So I hope you can see that colour there. Actually, this is Mockingbird, not Sapphire Skies. This one. But that's okay. So I'm just going to take this one here and show you how you can contrast it. So I'll take a few bowls. So that's for a darker one. So I'm just going to add a little bit there. I'm going to add some more white paint. I always get messy behind stuff I'm putting creating. It's a creative process. So the more white I add, the paler the shade is going to become. So it really gives me the flexibility, as I said, to choose your shade. So you can take it from, like, if you want it to be like a darker vintage colour into a mid shade like this. Probably use this one. So I'll just do this so you can see. Contrast in here. Okay, then I'm going to take it back again. So I'm going to take this shade I've just done, empty a little bit more in there, and then add a little bit more white to this. So I am in complete control, like I said, of how I want this shade to be. A little bit more white because I want it more white. Not white, just pale shade. So a little really does go a long way. I designed sugar paint so that you really do get a lot out of your project. Now you may say, well, there's not much powder in there and there's not much paint, but I designed it that there's like some elasticity in a reaction when the powder and the paint come together. It just goes a very long way. And everyone that uses sugar paint will actually tell you that a little does go a long way. And that's one of the frustrations that I had. I wanted more, not less. I wanted more out of my paint that I done. So that's what I like. So I hope you can see this colour here. So this is a Mockingbird light. So we've taken it a shade lighter here. I've used the same brush, so please forgive me. So there's 3 different shade types there, and then I can take it back one more time and make it 1 shade lighter. But I'm not going to do that because I think you've got the gist of it. So I hope you can see that. So dark, medium, light, and that's a great fun way of creating. So that's a very basic of starting with sugar paint of what you can achieve in the shading of your colours. And you only need the amount that's required for each project. So there is no waste. So from 1 tin of paint, you can get multitudes of colours. You don't have to get 1 tin of colour. You can just get 1 good quality tin of white water-based paint. I've created the powders to be sugary, to be chalky finishes, so that you have this really soft prettiness. And the reason why I called it sugar paint was because my children told me that when I started creating the colours, that they look like an icing, like icing sugar on a cake and sugared almonds. So hence the name sugar paint was born, for the sweetness of the colours, and there is no sugar in sugar paint. So I hope you've enjoyed the basic tutorial of sugar paint. Please make sure you stay tuned, because I have 101 ways to create the sugar paint. Speak to you soon.